All right, so we got this guy one of two ways. A little bit older, a little bit younger. There is another size that we could try. So let's put down a couple sheets of paper here and play with something else. Different size relationship. Let's say that we want to make them, if we were trying to sell this to the network would say, can he be between the ages of 8 and 10? Okay, well that means making a character that's about 3.5 to 4 heads tall. So if that's one head, and this would be 2, 3, 4, or we could try 3.5. So these are things that you have to think about when you're dealing with those people. So we would bisect the head. We might move the mask down a bit like this so we can make his eyes bigger. And then the horns on the side plus stuff on the top. They may want a thin neck like this and smaller body like this. May want a longer body like here, and then his legs down to here. And his feet like this. And his arms will come out like that. And his cape. Hang straight down here. So that might be another way to approach the character. We might want to make his arms and legs a little bit different proportion than that even, so that they might even want him to just be 3 heads tall. So his legs will come down to here. All right, kitty, move on, move on. Come on, move on. You're in the light, move on. Then they might want his eyes to be up like this. Come on, you're in the light, come on. So he might be built like that. They may even say, can he be 2.5 heads tall? Come on, kitty. Come on. Keep moving. You just turned on the light. Stop that. So 1 head, 2 head. And then we would do this big ball head here. And his legs come down like that. His boots. And he might have really skinny arms like this. And maybe his eyes get bigger as the body gets smaller. So there's all these things to consider about who this character is. So if he's a really young kid, then he's going to look like this. He might have cheekbones up like that, so then the bottom of his face would go out a bit like that. And as he gets older, that bottom below the mask is not as bulbous. And as he gets a little bit older still, now there's hardly any. And we might say, okay, that's going to be his next size there. And maybe his body is here. Maybe he's got a really big belt on like that. Notice how the eyes get bigger as the body gets smaller, denoting age. Eyes a little bit smaller, eyes a little bit smaller, body gets bigger. This is how you age characters up and down usually. So this kid might be 8 to 10. This one might be 6 to 8. And this one might be 4 to 6. Somewhere in there. So he would be kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade. All elementary school student age. And that's how you begin to figure out, well, which way is the way I want to go. Then when he gets to be this character, now he's 17 to 19. And this one as well could be 15 to 19, anywhere in there. But do you want him to have a physique like this, or do you want him to be skinny and sloop shouldered like that, and still unsure of himself and everything, extra long arms? The next thing you would do is to find out, well, what's the client want? If you're the client, what do you want? How's the guy sound? Test it out with different voices. See what you think is the right way for him to talk. And that's how you would come up with your final design. Now, if you were pitching this so that you want to get an audience on your YouTube channel for young kids, they might want this, one of these two looks. Then again, the young kids might want a slightly older look than what they actually are. So it just depends on what you think the character is going to do. What's he going to say? How does he react to the world? Is there another character he plays off of? I could see any of these designs having a smaller, shorter assistant partner that helps them solve the crime. That partner could be the smart one of the two. There are all kinds of different ways to go. You have to decide, well, which way do I want to go with my project? So try and come up with your own designs of characters, different ages, different proportions, and see which one you like better. You can take one of your pencils and start going over the design to get a cursory look as to what it's like when it's slightly cleaned up. Yeah, I kind of knew those wouldn't, the light wouldn't come through all of those, so. Put this down like this. Now it's easier to see if I turn out the lights like that. And we were to finalize the design. I don't know why that pencil's in there. With a darker pencil like this 5B. And we could quickly go over not every line you put down is the final line, so you can make adjustments and corrections as you go. You might decide, well, as we do his arms, they just stay as stovepipes, let's say. And on these fists here, those gloves. All right, kitty, all right. This is just a really quick cleanup, so it doesn't have to be exact. I'm bowing his legs out a little bit just to have some interesting pieces of the design. Continue the cape down through here like this. There we go. Then we can move on to this one. And we just keep going. Keep fleshing them out with a little bit more details here and there. And then the youngest one. There we go. And then the top piece, like that. So there we have 3 variations on the same character. Try it with your own characters. See which one you like better. Age them up, age them down. Just different variations on the theme, as they say. So until next time, keep drawing, and we'll see you in the next video.